do to make sure we fortified as a unit, but don't leave me mortified. If you'd have kept it 100, a brother would be more than fine. Gave you more than time, gave you some peace of mind. That's why I got some qualms about the way you treated mine. You came close to doing damage to my third eye.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have another top 10 similar to Soul Leveling, since we enjoyed the last one so much. As I mentioned before, it can be similar in a lot of things: world setting, powers, weak to strong, and so on. If you want to give me ideas on the type of top 10s you would like to see, or even recommend me some works to read, make sure to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. And subscribe to the channel, that helps a lot. Without further delay, let's get into the top 10. Number 10 comes with knocking on a dungeon door. One day, Yeonbok Kim opens his apartment door to find a dungeon full of monsters instead of the world he knows. Initially terrified, Yeonbok hides but soon realizes he must confront the dungeon bosses to survive. With the aid of his skeleton friends and a mysterious benefactor, Yeonbok hones his magical abilities while learning the value of bravery and friendship. As he delves deeper into the dungeon, Yeonbok seems poised to tackle whatever challenges comes his way. If you enjoy stories with gradual character development, this manhwa might appeal to you. The main character starts as someone too scared to even try and conquer the dungeon, but he's forced to do so when everyone else dies. Gradually, he starts losing that fear and becomes a main character worth following. However, the overpowered nature of the main character can be off-putting. He does become overpowered a bit too quickly, but that's mainly due to his power, which you will understand if you give it a try. While the plot holds promise, the reliance on a knowledgeable skeleton ally feels like it takes away from the journey of the main character, but not enough to the point where it's not a good read. The art is good, and currently the primary focus is on the main character and his skeleton companions, with hints of a broader world yet to be explored. So, if you think you might enjoy it, head over to Tapas for the official translation. In number 9 we have the return of the Disaster Class Hero. The return of the Disaster Class Hero centers on Gyeon-Lee, an unchosen yet supreme hero who arises along 12 chosen saints to combat destructive creatures known as calamities. Betrayed and left for dead by his allies, Gyeon-Lee returns 20 years later, more powerful than ever, seeking revenge and ready to show the saints a lesson they'll never forget. The story follows a familiar trope of betrayed, ruthless main character making a comeback. The art is also very impressive and stands out as a redeeming quality. One thing that falls short in my opinion is the portrayal of the other characters. They are all seen as evil or greedy, which is not a problem, but I was hoping for something a bit different. As mentioned, the art is amazing, which makes the fight scenes even better. If you add that to a main character that is overpowered from the start, you end up with a really good read. Despite all of these differences compared to Soul Leveling, the original setting of the world in this story is similar to Soul Leveling, and as such I decided to recommend it. Head over to Tapas for the official translation. Number 8 comes with the overpowered newbie. Kim Jae-ju, who is desperate to save his orphanage, sets out to conquer a mysterious tower that few survive. On the brink of despair, he mysteriously receives videos of his future self successfully navigating the tower. Armed with the invaluable guide, Jae-ju aims to become the ultimate overpowered newbie and conquer the tower. The story blends familiar elements like tower climbing and streaming for sponsorships, but stands out on its execution. Once inside, climbers cannot leave until they've conquered the tower, and they can't discuss the tower's events outside. Streaming is only accessible at higher tower levels, preventing overused tropes like random gods showering the MC with coins. This unique approach adds depth and realism to the streaming aspect. In my opinion, the live chat feature is the story's biggest selling point. Unlike other manhwas where the chat reactions feel flat and unnecessary, the overpowered newbie delivers a dynamic and engaging live chat that enhances the narrative, making it feel authentic and integral to the plot. Besides that, the main character is quite smart in the decisions he makes, which is super fun to watch. Much like Soul Leveling, you have a main character who is weak and gradually becomes stronger than most around them. Without a doubt, something I recommend to everyone to read, so head over to Tapas for the official translation. In number 7 we have Doombreaker. Doombreaker tells the story of Zephyr, the last human fighting against evil in a godforsaken world. After being killed by Tartarus, the god of destruction, Zephyr is granted a second chance by the gods who enjoy these struggles. Sent back 10 years into the past to a time where he was a slave, Zephyr aims to alter his faith, get revenge on Tartarus, and save the woman he loves. This is an incredible story. Although it has a slow start where the first 10 chapters feel like another story of the genre, gradually the story shows you how good it is. The skills, the protagonist getting stronger, and the video game-like scenario is something we see way too often, and that's basically what we see at the beginning of the series. But as the story progresses, new elements are added, and plot twists that you wouldn't see coming, which is why I say that you need to give this work a chance. The main character is a no-nonsense type, which means it doesn't take BS from anyone, and that's something I love to see. Each character, even minor ones, is given depth and a backstory, making the narrative more immersive. Without a doubt, one of my favorite series on Webtoon, so go over and check it out. Number 6 comes with Level Up with the Gods. Yoon Kim is a determined high-ranking warrior who, after crushing defeat against the outer gods, refuses to surrender. Instead, he embarks on a new journey as a returnee, starting from scratch to regain his skills and strength. With renewed vigor, Yoon fights his way through monsters and the tower's challenges, aiming to conquer what once bested him. This manhwa is highly engaging, featuring impressive art and well-developed story. The characters are entertaining, with Woo-Won standing out because of how much knowledge he has, and of course being incredible when it comes to fights, far from the naive and irritating protagonists that we usually have in this type of work. Combining elements of cultivation, isekai, reincarnation, and game elements, this work does a great job of bringing every single thing that I love into one story, and it does it in a way that feels refreshing to the genre. And of course, it's quite similar to Soul Leveling in some aspects, which I'm sure it's what many of you are looking for. It's an exciting read with a cool, overpowered main character who uses his hidden knowledge to overcome obstacles. If you enjoy an action-packed story with strong character development, this manhwa is worth your time. So go over to Tapas for the official translation. In number 5 we have The Frozen Player Returns. The Frozen Player Returns follows Seong-Joon, who, along with his companions, sacrificed himself to defeat the Frost Queen, believing they restored peace to Earth. After being frozen for 25 years, Juno wakes up to find 9 new floors have appeared, with only one cleared. As the sole key to advancing and saving his frozen friends, Juno must rise to the challenge once more. However, as his long hibernation left him too rusty to face the new world's threats. This manhwa takes a promising path, largely due to its main character. Seong-Joon is focused and determined, with a clear goal of saving his teammates and avoiding unnecessary distractions. His personality, while not unique, it's still very enjoyable. The series also includes more comedic moments than many others, which is something I enjoyed. While it's not overly similar to Soul Leveling, there are still a few things where it is similar. For example, the main character's hidden power, and also the world in itself with monsters and so on. Although character backstories are yet to be fully explored, the plot is engaging, the art is decent, and the humor is well paced. If you are looking for a fun and interesting read, this manhwa is worth checking out, so head over to Tapas for the official translation. Number 4 comes with The Lone Necromancer. Seong-Woo is a former soldier who finished his mandatory military training and returned to being a college student. His ordinary life is disrupted when a mysterious prompt in class asks students to select a role. Seong-Woo chooses the Necromancer, granting him the power to control the undead. As chaos ensues on campus and beyond, Seong-Woo must use his new abilities to fight monsters and save his fellow students, but survival is uncertain in his new world. This manhwa imagines the world turned into an RPG, where the main character must quickly adapt to his new role, similar to Soul Leveling in many aspects, but mostly in the Necromancer aspect. While the overarching world story is still unfolding, the intriguing plot keeps readers engaged. The art is unique and refreshing, standing out from the typical fantasy manhwa. Characters exhibit subtle, well-crafted development, avoiding stereotypical roles and annoying side characters. Overall, The Lone Necromancer shows great potential, and I highly recommend it to every single person watching this video. The official translation is over at Webtoon, so run there. In number 3 we have My S-Class Hunters. My S-Class Hunters follows Eugene, an F-ranker constantly overshadowed by his S-rank brother. When a dungeon raid goes wrong, costing his brother's life, Woo-Jin uses a granted wish to reset the timeline. His plan to lead a quiet life is overturned when he discovers he can help others become S-rankers. Woo-Jin sees this as a chance to build a powerful team of meta-humans, but achieving his goal is challenging. Despite some criticism, this manhwa excels in this genre. It's refreshingly focused on family dynamics rather than the usual lone hero narrative. Wu Jin's journey from a weak character to one who empowers others adds depth. At this point, you might be thinking that this is different from Soul Leveling. And you would be right. The main character is not exactly overpowered, and is also not a lone hero. But what I think connects these two stories is the fact that in both of them, the main character goes through a death experience and gains a new power. And if that's the aspect that you enjoyed in Soul Leveling, then this might be the one for you. The diverse and charismatic characters, including a psychotic brother, a teenage tomboy, and a seductive lady, and various beasts, bring vibrancy to the story. The plot unfolds smoothly yet remains exciting. Overall, my S-Class Hunters offers a unique twist on familiar tropes, making it a highly enjoyable read. And if you want to read it, go over to Webtoon for the official translation. Number 2 comes with The Player Who Can't Level Up. Kim King-yu becomes a unique ability player but struggles to get past level 1 despite his efforts. After 5 years of working as a guide on the lower floors of the tower, he discovers his ability to link with egos and raise his stats. This newfound skill opens up adventures in Explore the Gates, allowing King-yu to challenge expectations and prove that rank isn't everything. I'm impressed with the player who can't level up. The writers skillfully navigate the game system genre, avoiding common pitfalls and maintaining a compelling story. The pacing is consistently engaging, with meaningful power-ups for the protagonist. The series stands out by utilizing established characters and story elements, avoiding the trap of introducing endless new elements that make early events feel dumb. The rewards in the story are well earned, and they never feel like plot devices, for example, giving him the ability to fly, and the next chapter he needs it, which is something that happens quite often in other works that I don't enjoy. The vibrant personalities of the ego characters keep interactions entertaining. For fans of the genre, this is definitely a work worth reading, and you can check it out at Tapas, where you can find the official translation. And in number 1 we have Kill the Hero. Kill the Hero follows Wu Jin, who is betrayed and killed by the righteous leader of his guild. Given a second chance in life, Wu Jin is no longer interested in saving the world, but is hell-bent on revenge. With his high-level skills and a strategic mastermind, Wu Jin quickly gains notoriety among other players, keeping everyone guessing about his true allegiance. Now, armed with knowledge from his past life, Wu Jin aims to destroy the one so-called hero who betrayed him. This manhwa excels with its unique take on the revenge genre, where Wu Jin's meticulous planning and deep understanding of his enemies make this for a thrilling read. The concept of his summons fighting with the same skills and experience as the main character is particularly intriguing, adding depth to the battles, and of course, drawing parallels to Soul Leveling. This is one of the best revenge stories I've read so far, and I'm sure you wouldn't be disappointed to give it a chance. Furthermore, it's also completed, which means you can read it from start to finish in one sitting. So head over to Tapas for the official translation. Now guys, this was the top 10 manhwa similar to Soul Leveling. Did you find any manhwa that you haven't read yet? Did you like it? If this video helped you in any way, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to activate the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.